The following presentation's premise is intended to be entirely fictional. Anyone stupid enough to believe it should probably drink bleach. Wait, what? Really? So, my lawyer has told me not to suggest that you drink bleach, as apparently some of you have been taking that kind of advice to heart lately. Jesus fucking Christ. Moving on. Here is some nonsense. Hello, I'm Conspiracy Carl, and I'm here to tell you the truth. Our story begins with a young, up-and-coming politician. Sorry, this is a copy of V for Vendetta's script, and that is a speech from it. No, we shall start our story today in Wuhan, China, ground zero for the coronavirus. It was first discovered, pandemic-wise, on December 31st of 2019, with the media mentioning that it may have even infected someone as far back as November 17th, 2019. Now, what the media has told you is that its origins are unknown, but this reporter, who did no actual research but did communicate diligently with the experts inside my head, has the real story. The media once claimed that it originated in a food market, but that is only part of it. You see, the origins of the outbreak started there, but it was not formed, crafted, birthed in the womb of the wet market in Wuhan, China. It was thrust into the world when it was jizzed slowly out of a syringe in a laboratory deep below the depths of the South China Sea. There, within the cold, damp, yet surprisingly well-lit and accommodating corridors of a top-secret laboratory, the virus was crafted. Its purpose? To infect the world. Now, I know what you might be thinking at this point. Handsome stranger, are you saying that China created the virus and launched it on its own people? That's what the research had told me at first, that they had launched it on their own people. Why? To cover their tracks and maintain plausible deniability, while also giving them the chance to be the first ones to be prepared to stop it and recover from it, thus getting a head start on all of the other countries when it came to reorganizing their economy. But that proved false. For the inventor, the mastermind behind it all, was not someone affiliated with the Chinese government, but a horrible creature in his own right. Who invented the virus? Bill fucking Gates.
If anything kills over 10 million people in the next few decades, it's most likely to be a highly infectious virus.
Audible gasps have surely abounded from you. But, to quote the late, great Billy Mays, "But wait, there's more!" Bill Gates is not actually Bill Gates. He is a creature, not of humankind. Now I know what you're gonna say, because the voices in my head told me so. You're not one of those crackpots who believes in reptilian overlords that secretly orchestrate all major world events after coming here from Mars after it was decimated by a giant laser that shot out of the pyramids after they insulted the Egyptian god Ra. Are you? No, I'm not an idiot. I'm saying that he is of this world, but not human. For he is a cephalopod. That's right. The secret organization pulling our strings has not come from the stars, but has come from the sea. Bill Gates is one of many in a secret organization of cephalopod overlords that rule the world. The evidence is all around us. H.P. Lovecraft even tried to warn us with his Cthulhu mythos, a great tentacled being controlling our minds while we sleep. It was a metaphor for our world and its true rulers. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty here. Cephalopods are the class of animals that include octopi, squid, and cuttlefish. The more primitive cousins of our overlords that we are familiar with can be seen to have advanced mimicry and camouflage skills, advanced intelligence, and even the ability to survive for long periods of time without water. Some can even change the texture of their fucking skin to blend in with their surroundings. Our overlords are the result of millions of years of evolution, growing more adaptable while we were barely scurrying around the forest floor as early mammalian rodents fearing the dark. These long years have allowed them the time to perfect their shape-changing abilities and envelop themselves among us with their slimy tentacles. But before you go and think that they're evil overlords, prepare to have your mind spread apart and fucked silly like a barely legal teen vagina in an adult film. Because they are more complicated than that. They orchestrate this whole Covid-19 thing to isolate us in our homes in order to reduce greenhouse gases, to reverse the damage we've done to the planet by limiting our carbon footprints. They've also limited our exposure to sunlight because at current rates, the sun's rays mixed with the greenhouse gases are getting too exacerbated and leading to more cancers than before. The planet and ourselves needed to be saved, and so they took drastic actions to do so. To accomplish the isolation, they had to produce a real-life virus because they expected that we wouldn't fall for a fake one. Non-believers may still persist, but those crafty fuckers calculated that. They knew that people would die, but they did it anyway, the slimy little shits. Another reason for their unleashing of the virus was a stress test for all of humanity and its healthcare abilities to create unity, the human race, in the face of a common enemy. Having China be the source was specifically to challenge the US and help better illustrate the flaws of its healthcare system in the hopes that the overtness of the issues that were brought forth would eventually lead to the most powerful country in the world implementing better health practices, like universal goddamn healthcare, global, high-quality fucking healthcare and basic necessities for all, lifting the most vulnerable up and out of the gutter to take their place at our side as fellow human beings. Donald Trump had nothing to do with the origins of COVID, and his mismanagement of it is entirely on him and his administration. He's a wild card, even for million-year-old cephalopod overlords. Go figure. But better healthcare and safety nets for all sounds like a good thing, you say. But you have to keep in mind that these slimy motherfuckers are going full-on Aussie Man Diaz on our asses. We're talking about advancing the human race by sacrificing millions to save billions. They don't want to kill us, they want to save us. But they've lived for so long that they are thinking super big picture, and the value of human life has become so trivialized to them that they pull this shit without even a second glance. They are thinking eons in the future, which means they are above a little sacrifice for the overall survival of our species. That much power shouldn't belong to anyone, but we are powerless to stop them. But now, for the really scary part. It is currently thought by the greatest thinkers within the small, infinitesimal group of voices in my head that believe all this to be true, that they are trying to unite us all through these desperate measures because there's a ticking clock on our survival. Aliens have been spotted heading this way. They're trying to prepare us for the invasion by trying to show us how to unite against a common enemy that is indiscriminate in who it targets. It's decades out, but they need us to get our shit together now, before it's too late. And so, my friends, based purely on conjecture, imagination, and my stir-crazy mind, and based absolutely entirely on facts, being used with no logical connection to provable evidence for a ridiculous conclusion, this is the real story behind COVID-19. Cephalopod overlords trying to get us to implement universal healthcare, unite together, and eventually be ready to fight aliens that are coming this way. Spread the word, my friends. #Cephalopod.